Electroharmonix posted a video on their YouTube channel, which had an original composition of Mike Matthews, the CEO and founder of Electroharmonix, which, I mean, a few people got to see it. I still bite my nails that I wasn't fast enough to download the video, so I have it for myself and we could show it to you guys. But a few people saw it. But the music, the MI media kind of didn't have the time to pick up on it, or they don't want to report on it because maybe Electroharmonix is I don't know, paying for ads in certain magazines. I don't know what the reason is, but essentially it was like a complete anti-union sort of thing and message where Mike Matthews was complaining about the evil socialists and the evil communists, and everybody wants more money and everybody wants like more rights at their job. And it's like a complete disaster in terms of not only did they release that video, they also send out an email to a lot of people in their newsletter list promoting that video. Yep. Which is like, so that happened. And then it actually took them 24 hours to take it down again. So in this 24-hour window, so you saw the video partially, you told me, right?
I saw the video partially. I was about to go to bed and I saw the video and I was like, what the hell is this? So I clicked on it and it was kind of like this montage of like old videos from the 1980s.
Yeah.
And you see people riding and, you know, throwing rocks and stuff. And there's this really goofy song playing in the background.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? So I watched it for maybe like, I don't know, 30 seconds, but I got bored really fast because I didn't get the essence of what the message was. I was like, is this supposed to be a new pedal or something? Like, are they calling it like the socialist pedal or, you know, whatever the hell political message was trying to be, you know, portrayed in this one? I clicked off and it was still there the next day, but then I'm looking at my emails and there's like this link to I don't know if I deleted it. I probably did, but I was like, what are you promoting? I don't get it. Like, what's the product? And like, I know a little bit of background on Mike Matthews and what happened, you know, when he went to Russia and bought a bunch of like stuff out there so he could keep making, you know, tubes and all this stuff. So maybe like he misrepresented his own message. I'm not sure what his political stance. Like, I really don't care about politics.
Yeah, me neither.
If I'm to be honest with you, I think it's just boring as hell and so divisive. But it's like I think this is a point you brought when you told me about it. You were like, what the hell is he thinking? You know, he's head of a company. He's got this demographic of all these different people that are coming over to him and buying his pedals and just like this whole history and heritage. And then he comes in and just does the thing that just gets everybody canceled lately, is share opinions about politics.
Yeah.
And he does it and it leaves everybody confused because you can read into it whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I think, well, first of all, to do it at this time of the year, like strategically, is very stupid, to be honest, because we're all into like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We're approaching the holiday season, and people are shopping. People are spending money because people got their bonuses, or people got, you know, whatever money, or like in some countries you actually have an additional salary. It's like the 13th salary, at least here in Europe, where people get some money to spend on Christmas presents or like on Christmas holidays, however. And I saw some of the comments on that video where people were like, well, I was just going to spend some money on pedals. I definitely know what pedals not to spend that money on. Because, and I think the best comment was, but it was also on in the video. It was like, it's very funny considering Mike would be working at a bowling alley without Soviet labor.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Yeah, that's
100
touche.
100%. And I
Yep.
mean, it's the same stuff that got Full Tone, uh, yeah, suspended or like canceled by their dealer network, or large parts of their dealer network. I know Reverb also completely canceled the sale of new Full Tone pedals after all the stuff that he came out with. And I'm not sure what's going on there, but I feel there's some kind of complex going on with I mean, look back. These guys, so we had the first wave of pedals in the late 60s and 70s, which is when, I mean, Electroharmonix was founded late in the late 60s. So they were within the first wave, along with Roger Mayer and who else? Let me think. Roger Mayer. Dunlop was mid 60s as well. So they had also started. So that was the first wave. And back then, they were kings. Then we had the 80s, and pedals were kind of phased out because we had all these rack units, and people were like going with these rack units, had these huge racks, and these things were really successful. Some of the companies like MXR, for example, adapted to that and came out with some rack units. And Electroharmonix was really in trouble. And actually, they had to file for bankruptcy, and then went into the whole tubes business, and essentially had like these factories in Saratov, in St. Petersburg. The new Sensor Group was founded, and Mike Myers, Michael Myers, Mike Matthews.
Yeah, baby.
Michael Matthews pretty much made a whole lot of money and became like the biggest distributor of tubes worldwide with new Sensor, thanks to Soviet labor, communistic, socialistic labor. And then in the 90s, we had the second big wave of pedals. Only this time it was a lot bigger, because so what happened with Electroharmonix in the beginning of the 90s, a lot of the people that wanted to play pedals bought the old pedals from the 70s, and the demand was that high that Matthews decided, okay, we are going to build these again, because apparently there's a demand. So we had the second wave, where at some point you had not only Electroharmonix. By the time we then had Boss, we had Ibanez, we had MXR, we had Dunlop, we had Full Tone. Full Tone started in the beginning of the 90s. Zvex started in 94, and so on and so forth. Oh, Analog Man, another company. So we had all these companies, and then with the second wave, because it was still a couple of, like, two, maybe three handful of companies that made pedals, they were kings. They were absolute kings, and they had a very, very good run. But now, 20, 30 years have passed, and it's essentially full of people making pedals. Last time I checked, we have over 2,500 companies, registered companies in the world, that make pedals, which means, including myself, we're all pissing in the same pool, but the pool only has so much volume, and at some point it's going to swap over. And I think guys like Mike Fuller from Full Tone, or now Matthews, I think they're kind of frustrated that they're not kings anymore. My opinion.
It's possible. I also think that they are people of a certain age where they were used to just like blurting out opinions without any repercussion to their companies. And they haven't read the room, because right now it's not very popular to give your opinion on anything, especially if it's politically polarized.
Yeah.
So I remember the whole Mike Fuller thing, like people were pissed off because he was complaining about like people robbing around his neighborhood or whatever. And he said, other other stuff. I don't remember exactly what he said, but people vote usually with their money. So
Yeah.
whether we agree with it or not, if people say, I'm not buying any full tone products anymore because I don't like this guy's opinion, that's how capitalism works. If you don't like someone, you don't have to buy their shit.
Yeah.
You know, pretty simple. And the thing with EHX, I love the company. I love the heritage of everything they've done. That doesn't mean I have to love the political ideas of the CEO owner of the company. But I don't vote that way. Like, I'll buy the damn pedals because I feel like it and I don't give a crap what the person's opinion is. But someone else, they're going to be like, I don't like it and I don't have to support your views.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying it anymore.
Yeah.
So that can have some really strong repercussions because that's how people vote now. You know, we vote with our money, we buy what we want. And as soon as someone steps out of line, people say, I'm done. I'm not buying it. We saw it with Bud Light. We saw it with a whole bunch of things, right? And that's why he's of a certain age where I think he was used to giving his opinion freely. And now he's seeing kind of like the other end where you can do a lot of damage to your company if you say something that pisses off your your demographic.
Yeah.
And it sucks to see that happen, but at the same time, people are allowed to vote how they want. They don't want to support them anymore, or there's some controversy around it and they don't feel like being entangled with it. Then they go with it. Personally, I buy most of my pedals used. So
So
I'm
you,
looking for the old EHX stuff that was made in Russia, like the big box, big muff. Like that's what I'm looking for most of the time.
yeah.
But it's like it was made in Russia during a time where people didn't have the same wages as most of the free world makes today. And I'm sure in Russia right now they don't make that much money either because they
No.
don't have that great of a political system in 2023. So